So today I'm doing a tapping and scratching on book covers and like talking about a bit of rambling about them. I hope you like the mood lighting. It isn't very good. I'm working on it. I have my like vanity or like makeup desk over there. It's got a light above it, and then I have like this reading light there, and I've just like put it in one of my cupboard spaces, hoping that that still looks good. And then that purpley light over there is actually quite a dark purple in real life. It just does not look purple at all, which is fine. I'll forgive it. But that's a little more control. And then I've got these two. First up, I can do the bunny. This is very hard because any colours that you do with this, it just immediately looks so much brighter and off focus with the camera. But this is, and it's one of those ones you tap. So it's we didn't name for it, but like it's the bunny. They're so cute. Look at the little face. Anyway, but that bunny, also I think by far the cutest thing. And that entire bunny is like definitely 100%. Can you guess what? Do you have bunnies where you guys live? I probably don't. Is the little tail. Look at that. It like is so cute. Anyway, but I don't know where I got this. A friend actually got it for me. And it comes with this little remote, and it has these different colours on it. And then whether you want it bright or darker, off or on, whether you want timers, so like 15, 13 an hour, whether you the colours that you want it, and then like whether you want it on a whether you want it on like a slow colour changing, like it goes through all the colours and it's like slowly changing colours, like each different one, or whether you want it so that it rapidly changes colour, like it's just like red and then all of a sudden it's blue and then all of a sudden it's yellow, all of a sudden it's pink and then all of a sudden it's blue again, and like etc. On. Anyway, but it's really cute remote. Anyway, but since you guys are gonna be judging book covers, I'm gonna probably keep the white light on, so I hope that's okay. If I think it's too like over the top, I will change it, but I think for the time being this is actually a really good choice. Anyway, let me grab the first book. Okay, back. I want this there, but it's like gonna get in the way of me doing this. I put like it there and there. Anyway, so I think I'm going to like talk about the book a little bit, and then like we can like tap and scratch on it while I do that. And my nails are so bad. Oh my god, I'm missing one. Wait, am I? Okay, so this book boys would all come up and get some books. Some days it'd be like a book giveaway where like any books you didn't really want, you could like trade them. Some people's would cost money, others wouldn't, etc. But I definitely got this in year 6, and it's funny, I do not like horror, but this is a horror book. It's a graphic horror novel, and I want to describe the cover until I showed you. So it's like all black, like a shiny black. It's very big and like, it's like cardboard with like a plastic cover. By Edgar Allan Poe, illustrated by Pete Katz. And there's like a sort of, I guess it'd probably be a raven, because the book's called The Raven and Other Tales. The Raven and Other Tales. And it's got like, I'm sort of seeing like a hawk. It's like in this like turquoise, very turquoisey blue. That's what I'm seeing. And it's got some blood dripping down the front in a very small corner on the top right corner. A little bit of blood dripping down next to a graphic horror novel. So it's like so it's like a range of things, a range of different books. But if I read you the back, please. I'm just gonna move these inside. I don't know how good the lighting is. That's what it looks like on the front, on the front, on the front, on the front. On the front. The Raven and Other Tales. And then it says the graphic horrors up there. Right where the bunny is. Anyway. So the back says, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. On a dreary winter night, a grief-stricken man sits alone reading by a dying fire when there is a tap at the window. He goes to investigate, and there enters a raven. But what does the bird want? Is it a friend or some kind of demon? And why does it keep repeating the phrase nevermore? In this graphic adaptation of The Raven, Edgar Allan Poe's most celebrated narrative poem is brought to life by Pete Katz's superbly dark illustrations, along with several of his short stories. In The Fall of the House of Usher, a portent of doom lingers over an ancestral family home, while in The Mask of the Red Death, an horrific plague threatens to consume humanity. And The Black Cat features a cat who knows too much and a man who pays the ultimate price. And in The System of Dr. Dar and Professor Feather, a curious visitor gets more than he bargained at an sinister asylum, all which incite that sensation particular to the Gothic genre, a pleasing fear or dread. I don't know how I was able to read this when I was young, oh my gosh. I don't know if I can actually read anything without like getting in trouble by YouTube. They're all short stories, but they're like too long to like read. My favorite is definitely The Mask of the Red Death, because like, wowzers. Oh crap. But like, it's definitely my favorite. that isn't really my thing. I'm more, I enjoy more like books that don't have pictures. I really like fantasy because I like to escape, or like books with tons of meaning behind them, like you read them and at the end you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, that's super cool. Surprisingly, the next book I pulled out is a horror book. Isn't that just funny? I feel like I only have 2 on my entire bookshelf over there, and that's like just the one I've shown you in this one. So it's funny. Let me describe the case. So, this book is called The Shadow House, and it's got, if I look more into it, it's a very dark book. It's a dark colored book. I don't know how far I actually got into this, because I was really young when I began reading this, and like, I didn't actually bend the book at all. But like, I remember it wasn't scary compared to like what I'd seen on TV. So like when I like saw this like at the book day that we had at school in year 6, I was like, oh my god, yeah, it's gonna be like the horror that like people talk about. No, it's not. It's not guaranteed. It's like extremely chill, and it's like really for kids, but that's fine. It's even by Scholastic, and that's a school brand. That's great. Anyway, moving on. So it's a dark cover, black, and then it's got like a grey outline of like a house, and it's like yellow, orangey, right? And it says, "Oh, welcome to your nightmare." And then it says it's by Dan Poblocki, and it's The Missing. And then like in the middle of the house drawing, there's like this plastic cover, and there's like this girl playing with a dollhouse, and she's like grabbing into this like dark room, and you can see like an outline of a figure with their hand up, obviously like trying to reach them. Yes, I just realized this is a book 4 out of a series. There's a little 4 there, if you can't see it. Anyway, let me show you the cover. I'll see, it's like a plastic cover, but it says all. And then you can't really see it, there's like a house outline there, and it goes down, and like it comes all in your dresses that overlines the plastic, and then anyway, the back says, "Shadow House never sleeps. 5 Oh, so that's like a spelling mistake. That's great. And none of them knows what to do when they can't find a way back out. But something is different inside the house. Someone or something there knows a little bit more than they should. Only how are they supposed to decide that someone is trying to help them or trap them there forever? It sounds scary, but it's really not. When I read this, it was very anticlimactic. Very anticlimactic, if I remember correctly. Anyway, let's just get into the book tapping because I can't really remember too much to like talk about. I'll just put my phone on silent while that's like gonna keep buzzing at you guys, sorry. It's very loud back. by Dan Poblocki. Let's move on. Now, next up is this is a bit hard because I stole this book from my friend, or at least they gave it to me ages ago and I've never given it back. But they never asked for it, so it's fine. It's a Tim Burton film, but the book is based off the film. No, maybe it's the other way around. I don't know, don't remember that. No, it's now a major motion picture. So it must be that the book was made and then it inspired the film. Yeah, let's go there. Miss Peregrines, Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I'll try and describe the cover. So there is a lady. I'm terrible. They're obviously like a sunny day. There's a woman with a crossbow, black hair, black leather, quite Maleficent-y vibes, and there's like all like tree bushes around them, and a lovely this little girl that's holding a rock above her head. Then there's this invisible boy, a girl that's holding fire, and someone that's like floating in the air. And there's this boy that looks very angry, very, very angry, and he's holding the girl with a rope, and she's got bare feet on. Okay, I have not read the book. I've seen the movie though. I should read this. Okay. The back says, a mysterious island, an abandoned orphanage, a strange collection of peculiar photographs. It all waits to be discovered in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, an unforgettable novel that makes its fiction and photography in a thrilling reading experience. As our story opens, a horrific family tragedy sets 16-year-old Jacob journeying to a remote island off the coast of Wales, where he discovers the crumbling ruins of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. As Jacob explores its decaying bedrooms and hallways, it becomes clear that Miss Peregrine's children were more than just peculiar. They may have been dangerous, they may have been quarantined on a deserted island for a good reason. And somewhere impossible though it seems, they may still be alive. So this book was, the general book was made, but this like a version of the book, or like this edition that has like this cover. Let's see how I described it. What do you guys think? Oh my god, you can't even see it. No, it's like too far back. Let's move it. The microphone back. It's like there's like the bow that gives off Maleficent vibes. That's probably the best I can do, unless you want me to turn on the lights. Actually, just let me know if you want my more rambling videos. Do you want more lights on? I can do that. I just sort of felt bad waking you guys up. Anyway. So that's really cool. But this is based on the book. So I think the movie, it says 8 pages of colour stills from the film. So I think it does get the idea of the book was written and then the movie was made, and then this book was created after the movie. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll move on now. When people talk about like books of their childhood, these will like always come to mind for me. I read this book like 12, feels like 12 times at least. We definitely got our money's worth. I'll tell you about it. But this book, my brother actually got me onto it. My mum used to read it to me when I was young. And it's a David Walliams book from the #1 best-selling author David Walliams, and it's called Awful Auntie, and it is illustrated by Tony Ross. Now, the front cover is like a burgundy, dark, reddy purple, pinky. So what I can see from the picture is an owl swooping down on like a lady, a large lady that has an owl necklace, a green and grey sweater with like a purple, yellow checkered big jacket, and one of the thumbs is covered in leather, so I don't know if it's a big thumb or not. Bright red hair with a green jacket, rosy cheeks and a rosy nose, and there's a little girl next to her that looks very concerned. She's got bright orange hair, and is obviously taking a nightgown or something. Now, they say Stella Saxby is the sole heir to Saxby Hall, But awful Aunt Alberta and her giant owl will stop at nothing to get it from her. Luckily, still has a secret and slightly spooky weapon up her sleeve. This is the cover. That's the main stuff you really need to see. So that's Stella, and that's the awful Auntie, I'm gonna guess. My finger's on sticky, it just sounds like that. Let's move on. Okay, so another and the last David Walliams book that I really loved is the jaw-achingly funny #1 bestseller by David Walliams, winner of the National Book Award, Demon Dentist. So, darkness had come to the new town. Strange things were happening in the dead of night. Children would put a tooth under the pillow for the tooth fairy, but in the morning they'd wake up to find a dead slug, a live spider, hundreds of earwigs creeping and crawling beneath their pillow. Evil was at work, but who or what was behind it? And the front cover is like a dark royal blue voice crack. And then there's like a really white faced lady, like a veterinary costume, surrounding this boy in this greeny gold dentistry, I'm gonna presume. And he's like screaming, and like he's like got these a red jacket on, and like grey pants, black shoes, and there's a cat crawling over the lady's leg, and she's got like a drill dripping with blood in her hand. And in the heading, when it says Demon Dentist, the O in demon is an eyeball. That's the lady, that's the cat. or something. Read the prologue. Darkness comes to town. Strange things are happening in the dead of night. Children would put a tooth under their pillow at bedtime, excitedly waiting for the tooth fairy to leave a coin. In the morning they'd wake up to something unspeakable under them. A dead slug, a live spider, hundreds and hundreds of earwigs, creeping and crawling beneath their pillow, or worse. Much worse. I'm so tired, guys. Someone or something had come into their bedrooms in the hours of darkness, snatched the tooth and left their blood-curdling calling guard behind. Evil was at work, but who or what was behind it? How could they sneak into children's bedrooms without being seen? And what could they possibly want with all of those teeth? So the characters is Alfie, the boy with rotten teeth, Dad, Alfie's dad, Gabs, the little girl, Miss Root, the dentist, and Fang, the cat, Miss Hare, a science teacher, Winnie, a social worker, Raj, a news agent, PC Blank, a policeman, Mr. Snood, a drama teacher, Mr. Gray, a headmaster, texting boy, a boy who never stops texting, Mrs. Morrissey, an old lady. And the first lines, Alfie hit going to the dentist. As a result, the boy's teeth were almost all yellow. The ones that weren't yellow were brown. So go to the dentist, kids. I think people usually go visit twice a year. I don't know. I think it is twice a year. Let me grab the next book. Okay, this is probably one of my all-time most favorite books. Like, I've got currently I'm reading a series, and that would probably be my favorite series. But this is a book that is not in a series, so it counts. Or at least it might have a second one now, but when I read it, it was not a series, so that is what matters. But this book I actually read in year 6. I read lots in year 6. But it is by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Now, when I read this book, I was like, yeah, that's really cool. It's really sad, but it's really cool. And then I think as I've grown older and more mature, mature, I've sort of gone, crap, that is like a really meaningful book. Like, the topics I covered, that I covered in the book are quite sensitive and difficult topics to cover in more of a children's book. So I think it's very amazing how they can like talk about family abuse, like domestic violence, and there's trigger warnings. They can talk about like it's all about World War II. So they can talk about like bombing, people dying, diseases, loss of animals, tragedies, all of that really painful stuff. And I can still read it as like a 12-year-old or whatever, however old I was. I just find it very, very beautiful book. And it's sort of the type of thing that you can read when you're 20 years old and get the same amount of joy as a 14-year-old. But you also get a little bit more meaning. The book is called The War That Saved My Life, and it won the Newbery Honor book. And it's got this little girl with, is it pigeon feet? It's like when both of your feet go inwards. But she's standing on this little hill looking down, and there's a horse. She's in like a school little plaid t-shirt with a long braid. And there's, these planes with like symbols on them. I can't say what they are, but it's like a little fence, and it's like these buildings, and it's like all these planes with like bombs and stuff flying in the air and on the ground. And she's obviously like in the bush. And this is like my all-time favorite book. I should read it again. I usually try and read it like once a year or something. So I've described the cover. It's all very relaxed colors, like nothing to stand out too much. But the book is called The War That Saved My Life. And when I first read that book cover, I was like, come on lady, a war doesn't save people's lives. It usually ends them or results in some form of harm towards someone. And then when you read this book, you're like, oh my god, I see that. I don't want to spoil it because people might read it, and I really hope you guys do. Anyway, this is the cover before I read you the back. The War That Saved My Life. There's the reward thinger. There's all the planes, and then there's another plane. Oh, see, and there's the author and hater. Oops. What fell? What fell? What fell? What fell? Okay, so it won a 2016 Newbery Honor book and a New York Times bestseller. 9-year-old Ada has never left her one-room flat. Her mother is too humiliated by her daughter's twisted foot to let her outside. So when her little brother Jamie is evacuated from London during World War II, Ada sneaks out to join him. As she teaches herself to ride a pony, learns to read, and watches out for German spies, Ada begins to trust Susan. The woman has been forced to house the children, and Susan begins to love Ada and Jamie. But will their bond be enough to keep them out of the cruel hands of their mother? The War That Saved My Life is a heartwarming and thrilling adventure with all the hallmarks of a true classic. I must say, I cried while I was reading this book. There were a few moments where it was like sad tears, but there are definitely bits of my life that I was like full-on bawling out. Super sad days. Like there was sad bits, like, why couldn't that work out? And there's bits that gives you so much reassurance, but that don't. And it's quite a small book to have so many like mood changes. And in the end, like at the beginning, all the characters are so cold-hearted, but Jamie. So it's like this really beautiful book when you finish it. It's 316 pages. But this is by far 5 stars out of 5, or like 2,000 out of 5. It is my all-time favorite book. It made me cry so much. And like, usually I'll put off movies and like TV shows that I know are gonna make me cry. This was something that, if you're looking for even a happy book, still read this. Like, no matter what sort of mood you're looking for, please read it. Trust. The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. It's a long name, but I love it. I recently did see I think the second one, or like the war, or like I don't know, I'll look it up maybe. I'll just check now, there might be a second one that I can have a look for. Like if there was, maybe I did put it in one of my albums, which means where are you? So many books I want to read. This is very concerning. There's just this 137. Oh my god, wait, let me just. Can't spell, guys. Yeah, the second book is called The War I Finally Won. Yes. And everyone has said, like, there are 32.9,000 ratings, and majority of them are 5 stars. And most people say, like, trying to put this review into words is so difficult. I'm so jealous of the way Kimberly Bradley's ability to create characters that are so real, feeling, emotion, and they're just so raw. Like, you can tell this woman is amazing and has like this huge fan base. So I would go check her out, guys. I think that brings me to the end of this video. But if there's anything, I've got tons of books. I do want to touch on my favorite series. Like, I could do like an entire video. So if you guys enjoy this, I don't know, like, just like somehow let me know. And I will definitely try find other books that I can do, because currently I'm really into reading, and I would like to talk a little bit about I think I've read, is it 17 or 18 books this year? Either way, I would still have, I've only done like, let me count. I've done 6 books in like 50 minutes, so that is pretty impressive. Anyway, sorry for the noise. I just wanted to say now goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and comment. I always love to hear. It means so much to me, guys. I appreciate all of you so much. I love all of those lovely little comments, and I hope you have the time to check out these amazing books. Obviously, majority of the ones I did talk about are for the younger audience, so I don't know if those people are ASMR. I generally do not know, but still, I'm here for it. Watch ASMR, guys, is coming. But the audience in my life is definitely all ages. I will do another one that has more of a different type of genre, leading away from David Walliams, all those type of books. So you have some more adult books, etc. Anyway, I love you guys so much.